Dear viewers, today the Muslims headed by the Imams convened a meeting, and this meeting they had gone to seek Raila Amolo Odinga's advice and Raila Amolo Odinga's intervention in this matter that the US is forcing on Kenyans. Now, there is a video that I'm going to share with you before we begin our analysis on this matter. But one of the people who attended that meeting was Kalonzo Musyoka. So Kalonzo Musyoka did not miss his words and he called spade a spade.
Kwa hivyo wale waliokuwa naipinga hiyo ndio sasa wanaleta maajabu mengine kama hayo ambayo huyu ndugu alikuwa akiongea juu yake. Mimi nilimsikiliza Rais Museveni, nikamuona kwa YouTube. Aliulizwa maswali na akajibu direct. Kama wewe ni kiongozi wa nchi, wakati unafika mpaka uonyeshe msimamo. Na ndio sasa tuko hapa sisi wenyewe tuonyeshe msimamo wetu. Msimamo wetu ni msimamo wa katiba 2010. Na wakati wa kutoa msimamo ni sasa. Ama sivyo, tutakuwa sisi tu ni wananchi nusu. Hatujui nchi yetu ina msimamo gani juu ya mambo haya, viongozi wenyewe wamechanganyikiwa. Mimi naona na mniruhusu hapa, kama nimekosa vile mimi na mwanasheria vile naona mahakama yetu ya juu baada ya kutoa uamuzi wa kiajabu juu ya matokeo ya uchaguzi wa Agosti mwaka uliopita, ilionekana sasa ni wanataka tu wajipendekeze kwa wazungu ndio watoe uamuzi kama hii. Kwa hiyo wamepata laumu kamili na dunia nzima. Kwa hivyo ili waonekane wao wanapendeza wazungu, wanatoa maajabu haya ambayo sasa wameleta.
Kalonzo first of all took this matter, the issue of last year's general election, and said back then after Martha Koome kutoa ile verdict ya maajabu, she went further and did another maajabu kwa kujipendekeza kwa wazungu. This is still in relation to the ongoing debate on the LGBTQ. I think if I was God, then I would just descend on these leaders who are forcing the Kenyans people to embrace what the US is forcing us with. Kalonzo has said something that needs a lot of attention, that Martha Koome anajipendekeza kwa wazungu. This statement is so critical. Anajipendekeza kwa wazungu. And then Kalonzo also asked, why is it that Ruto, being that he's the one in the State House, or rather being that he's the president, why is it that he has not come out clear to talk about this issue, whether he supports it or does not support it? Kalonzo also gave an example of the time when Obama came to Kenya, and during that meeting, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was spot on, and Uhuru told Obama on the face that we have our own society, our own values that we must protect as Africans, and that here in Kenya, we are not going to allow LGBTQ. That is what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta said back then. Kalonzo reminded the Muslims there that he was watching in he watched a certain channel, in a YouTube channel, and in that YouTube channel, he saw how Museveni responded to the issue of LGBTQ. And mind you, there is the anti-gay bill that Museveni did not waste time to sign into bill, and that you are not supposed to be seen practicing or rather advocating for it. In Uganda, it is a taboo.
We will continue to urge the government of Uganda to repeal this abhorrent law and to advocate for the protection of the universal human rights of LGBT persons in Uganda and around the world. What I can tell you about steps the United States might take in response is that we are undertaking a review of our relationship with Uganda in light of this decision.
The outsiders cannot dictate to us. This is our country, this is our society, it is our future, it is not anybody's future. And the outsiders will have to live with us, or if they don't want, they take their aid and we shall. Uganda is very rich, we don't need aid. In fact, aid is part of the problem.
Kalonzo has exposed William Samoei Ruto in that discussion of LGBTQ. And Kalonzo has asked Ruto, why are you quiet? Why are you not like Museveni, who came out guns blazing on this matter and said that it is not allowed in Uganda? It is a taboo. And being that Museveni is a leader of Uganda, he showed the Ugandans the right direction, the direction that conforms with the values of Africans. So this is what Kalonzo Musyoka is posing as an indirect question to William Samoei Ruto. Then in the same video, Kalonzo has attacked Martha Koome and told Martha Koome that after you delivered that, what you said, a God-sent or rather God-given verdict, ile maajabu ulifanyia wa Kenya na walimwengu wote, umekuja sahi unawafanyia Kenya tena maajabu. And he referred that verdict that released regarding LGBTQ kwamba ni njia ya Martha Koome kujipendekeza kwa wazungu. There's a time I saw an interview when during that US African Heads of State meeting, and Martha Koome was asked some questions regarding how he made that decision of the Supreme Court, and she said that that was a God-given or God-sent decision and that the facts were on the table. But we've seen that since the time she released that verdict, a lot of things that have come out to the public domain, and Kenyans have been enlightened further, and they know what could have happened during that general election. And probably that's why I still maintain that I don't think William Samoei Ruto won that election. But that is subject to future discussions. But Chebukati knows what he did. That is the reality. So the Supreme Court has done an injustice to the people of Kenya. Supreme Court has decided to erode all our values, all our gains, all the things that we boast of as being the good values that the Kenyans have, in exchange for the bad values that have come from America. So in a nutshell, Martha Koome ameaibisha nchi yetu ya Kenya, na hii imetoka katika hali mbaya kabisa, because Kenyans were not involved in this matter of LGBTQ discussion. In fact, Kenyans don't want anything to do with it. If you check the postings, you check the reactions, then you can tell that nobody is after. Nobody wants this except probably the Martha Koome and the president. They're the only people who seem to be supporting what the US are saying. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly share your opinions below the comment section. Once again, I'd like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until you catch up again in our next analysis.